Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this Acer Predator Helios 300, model number N22C3, or PH315-55-795C. Alright, we're going to be using a PH1 or JS1 screwdriver, and we're going to remove all the screws from the bottom. You want to keep all the screws together because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. The way I keep them organized is I put them flat side down like that on my desk, and the pattern I remove them. So we got 3 going along here, kind of 3 going here, 1 over here, and then 4 down here. So I'll try and keep them in that order. Oh, one other thing, the customer lost a screw there. So yeah, all right. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue removing all these screws. If this video helps you out, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Right? So the customer said they spilled liquid on it. So we're going to open it up and see if there's anything strange inside. Basically, it's not turning on at all. Probably chances aren't going to be too great, but I guess we'll find out. Alright, so we'll get the last 4 out. Usually the gaming ones, they push a lot more power, and then they're more likely to kind of fry stuff. Okay, last screw. It looks like all the bottom screws appear to be the same. Okay, let's go ahead and get this bottom cover off. Usually the way I do this is I'll kind of get my fingernails in the gap between the bottom cover and then the palm rest, and then I'll push with my thumbs on the palm rest. Alright, so let's see if that works with this model. I might have to tilt it more. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can pop it that way. And wow, this one's actually kind of difficult. It's not popping out. So let's see here. Can we do it from the side? Let's try the side here. I might have to use some pry tools for this one because it's not seeming to want to pop out. Let's see, how does this back end go? There's screws there. Okay, I'm getting my fingernails in this gap here. Let's see if we can pop something out this way. And it looks like it's gonna pop out. Okay, so I'm pulling like that and pushing my thumb this way. So maybe I was just doing it upside down. So let's try and pop it from this side. Okay, it helps to have longer fingernails. One side I have my fingernails shorter and it's not able to pop them out. Alright, we're gonna try and go from this side, and let's see, so the gap is here. Oh, okay, so it looks like you have to start from the back because then this gap is up here, it's harder to grab. So I'm gonna now slide my fingernail in there, and wow, that actually popped out relatively easily. Okay, so while you're lifting it up, you can slide like a pry tool or a fingernail in there, and there you go. Right, but yeah, you would start from the back. That made it a lot easier. There you go. There's a little thermal pad here with kind of like a heat spreader, this big metal thing. Okay, let's take a look inside. Okay, so I'm gonna see if maybe the keyboard is doing something weird. Let's go ahead and pull the battery connector out. We're gonna get a thumbnail here. Okay, so there we go. All right, let's go ahead and take the battery out first. So we'll undo the screws. There's one here and one here. All right, we're gonna disconnect the cable here. So let's peel this up or back. And then the battery connector's here. We're just gonna grab the wings and then just wiggle it, and there you go. It pops out relatively easily. Are there other screws holding the battery? Nope. Okay, so it's just those two, and then these little feet at the bottom of the battery help hold it. So you just do it that way and you can pull it out. There's the battery. Touchpad cable. This cable connects the USB port, the Ethernet, and then the 3.5mm jack. Right, you also got a speaker here. It's just held in with these little rubber things. Oh, looks like they took it out before and it came out, so I'm gonna have to put that rubber piece back in. Come on, go back in. I don't know if there's a right side up or upside down. It does look to be okay. I think this one, it has a little ring in the center that's sticking up higher. Okay, This cable has the wings, you would wiggle and pull it back. I'm not actually seeing the keyboard connector on here. I do see a little bit of corrosion here, so we're gonna have to clean that out. Also, if you're wondering the battery model number, let's see, is there one here? Is it this? It's probably that. AP21A7T. Alright, so that's the model. We'll set that aside. I guess we'll pull this whole motherboard out and see what we see underneath, okay? So, M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD, one screw here. Pops up like that, and then we can pull this out. Looks like that. Alright, one other thing we should do, let's open up the laptop and then press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds to drain any residual power. Alright, this makes it a lot safer to work on, especially since the power can get stored in capacitors and sometimes resistors and things like that, and then power can kind of go through the circuits and fry things. So it's always a good idea to hold the power button down for at least 15 seconds after disconnecting the battery. Alright, okay, so next thing we're going to do, let's actually zoom in a bit here. We got the RAM cover here. So this one has a little piece that you can kind of lift up from here. Just hold the board down. Oh, there's a screw holding it, so let's go ahead and remove that as well. We're gonna have to remember to put that back. Okay, hit that, and then we can lift this up, and you can see it's lifting. We're gonna kind of go over here now, lift there. Okay, and grab the whole thing and wiggle it there. It has these little things that hold it. Oh, interesting. They also put thermal pads on there. So here's the RAM. Oh, that's weird. It popped out. So this is a PC5 4800B. So you should be okay with any PC5 4800B RAM. It's an 8 gig stick. So if you want, you can put like two 16 gig sticks or 32 gig sticks if you can find them. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this back. I don't see any damage under there. Just to be safe, I'll kind of brush the little contacts or connectors. But it was underneath a little metal plate, so I don't think any water got under there. Okay, put that back if you didn't see how I did that. So pull the two tabs to the side, it pops up. You can pull it out like that. To put it back, you slide it in at an angle. I like to wiggle it as I pull it in and then click it all the way down. Okay, I do see some corrosion there, so we're gonna kind of brush that. All right, I don't know why they put these connectors underneath, so it's gonna be kind of a pain. You got this one little connector. We're gonna flip this latch up and then pull that out. We also got this one, flip that latch up, pull that out. Okay, that's the touchpad. You got the CMOS BIOS RTC real-time clock battery here. We're gonna wiggle and pull that. Take note of the connector. The red cable's going towards the left and the black one's going towards the right or towards the touchpad, if that helps you. All right, there's this little tab. I don't know what that's for. Okay, let's disconnect the speaker cables. Just wiggle and pull those out. If you want, you could like take the whole speaker out, but that's not really necessary. You can just leave it in there. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect this speaker as well. Okay, and there's another M.2 PCIe NVMe slot here that has a screw there. So if you want to replace that, there's that. Okay, am I going to have to take the whole heatsink out? Most likely. So yeah, let's go ahead and take the whole thing out. So I'm going to zoom out here, and I guess we're going to go ahead and start just removing everything. Okay, so let's start from up here. I'm going to work in rows because it's easier for me to remember where the screws came from. So we got one there. Also, they point little arrows to where the screws were, to help you remember where the screws came from. There's a little cable here. Don't forget that, because if you don't take that out, then you can damage the computer, or you can rip that and then it might not work anymore. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to take the heatsink out, so actually let me do that so I have more room to work. So we got those two screws. We'll get this one here, and then we got this one down here. Okay, got the fan connector. Again, I just use my fingernails, wiggle and pull. And the fan actually looks like you can take it out after removing that stuff, but it is held in with adhesive here, so Yeah, I'm gonna leave it attached for now because I don't want to peel the adhesive, then it won't stick down so well. Alright, let's see if these screws come away from the heatsink. It doesn't look like it. Usually these you don't want to just undo completely, so I'm just undoing it a little bit and then working to the next. The reason you don't want to do that is because if you just take one out, it's going to be like teetering up like that, and then all the force is going to be like pulling up. Okay, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, so I'll just undo these. You can hear it click when it's all the way out. Actually, some of them don't click. Interesting. Okay, it must be, it's getting lifted up above the screw mount. Okay, there we go. Look at this. And this one. Looks like the LCD or LVDS cable we're gonna have to remove first because this goes over here. So I'm gonna get my fingernails there and kind of wiggle and pull that if it's possible. Okay, it looks like it is. We might actually, how are we gonna get this out? Okay, are we gonna have to lift the fan up and then put that underneath and get that? So the customer, it looks like they kind of peeled it up because this one, it's kind of not holding as strong. Anyways, we gotta disconnect the fan connector as well here. There we go. And then, let's see, did we get all the screws we need? Let's try and lift this up carefully. You have to go pretty slow because there are thermal pads under there and thermal paste, and that stuff kind of, if you just try and yank it up, you're going to end up bending all this. All right, so we're going to slowly, oh, they attach this cable here, so peel that off as well. Okay, I'm going to slowly unthread this LCD LVDS cable out. And there we go. Here's what it looks like. Geez, what is that? They use liquid metal and then they put that blue gunk around it to prevent it from leaking out the sides. That's scary. Liquid metal is scary stuff because it can eat up the entire computer. From looking at this, it looks like I might not have even had to take that out, which sucks because now I did that for nothing. All right. We can lift that. We're going to take out the wireless antenna. So you go from the tail and just pull straight up. Like that. The black one goes to the black arrow, white one goes to the white arrow. And we're going to unthread this from this. Okay. Now what else? Are there any screws? There's one more screw down here that I almost missed. Okay, and then if you want to take this thing out, there's another screw down here. Okay, we're gonna have to disconnect these cables, so I'm gonna disconnect it from this side first. Not that it matters. Okay, flip that latch up, and then you can hopefully, let's see if we can pull this out. Yep, okay. Then we can lift this whole board out and away. Just kind of a bunch of dust and stuff on it. Clean that up. Check the back. Looks okay. And we'll set that aside, but that's what that looks like if you wanted to see. Okay. The one time I should have left the heatsink on there. Okay, let's go ahead and put this back. Oh, you can see they also have this plastic stuff there. So let's carefully put this back if we can. Let's move this wire. Let me move this cable out of the way. So we'll move this out of the way. Peel that up. And I might actually have to move this stuff back to the center, this liquid metal stuff. Liquid metal is kind of annoying to work with because it doesn't really stick well to stuff. But it will eat up like aluminum and things like that, okay? That's basically, I think it's like gallium and stuff. Okay. It's hard to clean it up too, so you gotta be very careful with that stuff. Alright, we're gonna carefully put the heatsink back on. I had to try and put the liquid metal back as a blob in the center. slowly lower this. So you do need to undo the fan screws. Alright, and then we got these screws, one here, so I'm going to twist this backwards while pushing down. You hear it click, 1, 2, 3 while pushing down. This one, 1, 2, 3, third one, 1, 2, 3, fourth one, 1, 2, 3. You have to make sure it lines up, so you have to kind of push it in place. Alright, so we could actually leave the fans connected, or you can actually just peel them out if you want. So we'll leave it for now. Okay, so 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, and 7, 2, 3. Then we'll go back. All right, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3. Then back here, 1. Tighten that, 2, tighten that, 3, tighten that, 4, tighten that, 5, tighten 6, and 7. Alright, I'm going to remove the fans here, if we can. We'll just peel it up, try and get the adhesive off. Alright, came out relatively easily. And then this fan here, peel that up. Okay, so get both fans out. All right, so hopefully thermal paste is still good. All right, we gotta be careful because we didn't get out the keyboard cable anywhere. I'm gonna flip this latch up, excuse me, and make sure this is in all the way, good. I'm gonna carefully flip this forward. I'm kind of wiggling it. There's something attached. Oh, okay, we got another cable here. So there's some cables at the top. This one actually didn't pop out all the way. We flipped the latch, but we need to get this out. So pull that. I'm using this to help lift it and pull it back. Okay. Oh, I think that's actually for the power button there. And then we got this cable, which is kind of difficult to remove. Gonna have to use probably some tweezers or something, but let's peel up the adhesive, holding it down. Let me see, it's hard to do it at this angle. Let me rotate it so I can see better. I don't know if you guys will still be able to see, but hopefully you can. Right, so we gotta peel the adhesive here out that's holding in onto it. So I'm gonna use this needle nose pliers and grab it, and hopefully go. Alright, once you peel that all back, we can use the same needle nose pliers to kind of help grab the connector. Let's see, can we? And just kind of wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You can see how I wiggle it to help get it out. And there we go. Alright. Next, we'll flip this back over. And then let's see if we can pull the motherboard up carefully, like that, and oh, there we go. The whole motherboard actually came out. So we're gonna clean up the dust under here. I don't really see any bad liquid damage on here, so I don't know. That's tough. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything on the bottom here. Other than that one like little bit of liquid damage that was there before that we already cleaned up, I don't really see anything else. Okay, we're gonna set the motherboard aside for now, and then let's take a look here. So here you can see actually how the keyboard connects. I'm surprised it only uses these two little cables. So this one little cable here, it's held in with some adhesive. Gotta carefully peel it up. And then pull that out. it looks fine. I don't see any liquid damage on that. Interesting. Make sure that latches up. Come on, go back in. Put that cable back in all the way. And then tape that back down. Right, let's see what's this cable thing. It looks good. Interesting. And this cable's now holding tight. All right. I wonder why that keyboard goes into this light here, that keyboard cable. But that's the design, and here's this. There's a pad there. Okay, let's see, can we lift this out? Yep. And there's the button. Comes out really easily. I don't see any signs of damage to that. Flip that latch, flip it back. Clean it up a little bit here, it's a little dusty. Alright, let's get this back in. We have to slide that part in first, alright? We'll now get this screw back in. See, I don't see anything else weird here, and that's actually not the power button, that's the turbo button. So yeah, the power button is built into the keyboard. Issue with this keyboard is it's held in with melted plastic, so if you need to replace that keyboard, it's not going to be easy at all. Alright, you're either going to have to cut all that plastic out and then melt new plastic, or use some glue, or let's see here. Yeah, or you're gonna have to use some kind of, I don't know. I would recommend buying the whole keyboard assembly with all of this plastic stuff kind of thing attached. Okay, well, got all of that, so let's go ahead and put this thing back together. So we're gonna take the motherboard now, and we're gonna reassemble this thing. Oh, there's a little more dust I should clean up here. Okay, let's get this back in. Can be a little tricky. We're gonna slide the bottom down in first into place. Okay, line up all the little screw mounts and everything. Make sure none of the cables are getting trapped underneath. That stays there. Let's try and pull it out. Carefully lower it. Don't forget these two cables need to be out as well. There we go. Okay, did this need to go first or the fan? Because this went underneath, right? Like this. Sure that follows the same path over there. Okay, tape that back down. This kind of went over the fan, so alright, let's get the fan here. The fan goes on top like this. Make sure we plug this back in with the metal exposed pins facing up. That's the right way. Tuck that back under there, tape that back on top. Okay, this goes back under there, push it down and pinch. There we go. All right, let's get this back on. I'm gonna put the speaker connector back in first. Then we're gonna go in at an angle here, Oh, we do have to lift this up. It'll be easier. Actually, this needs to tilt that way. Okay. Get the speaker back on. Get this cable. Grab the blue tab, tilt it, get that lined up and in. Come on. There we go. Oh, it's going crooked. Come on, going straight. There we go. Then slide your finger over, latch it, get this in, line up, pinch that. Okay, what am I missing here? We have this one screw down here holding this. Got this small screw here holding this. Okay, what else? We got the fan screws. This one. And this one. Alright, get the other fan. Drop it into place. Get the connector, same thing, the metal pins faced up. Get that in. Get these two screws. This one. And this one. Alright, we have two screws back here at the top. One here. And the other one over here. Make sure to get these connectors back in. So make sure that latches up. Get that cable in. Go, latch that down. Then we got the cable over here. Get this, line that up, push that all the way in, and then tape it down. Alright, there we go. We're getting there. Don't forget the CMOS battery here. Get that lined up. And then, come on. There we go, pinch that in. Get this. Line this up. I like to line up the little clips that hold it in place so that you can tell it's in the right way. That's what I focus on to make sure it's going in properly. Push around. Alright. Don't forget that screw. Okay. Don't forget the touchpad cable here. There's a little corrosion looking in there. Flip the latch up. Get this in. There we go. Slide your finger over to latch it down. Okay, don't forget the speaker cable over here. Push that. Wireless antennas, make sure they follow their routes again. Just like this. The black one, line it up. I like to wiggle it around. Once it gets caught, you know it's lined up right, and then push it down. Okay, and push it down. Alright, don't forget the SSD. Get that in. It goes in slightly at an angle. Push that in. The screw. Push it down and screw it in. Okay. Then we got the battery. So the battery goes in at an angle like this, okay? And then you lower it down. Oops, don't forget this cable. Almost forgot the main keyboard cable. Okay, get that in and latch that down. Alright, get the battery back in. I think you have to lift it slightly. Yeah, you have to lift it slightly so that the feet here can latch properly. And then lower it down because otherwise it doesn't go in the notch. Okay, there we go. They mark this so you know which side's up. If you flip it upside down, you can see the pins. You actually want those pins facing down this time. Get the battery lined up. Okay, and then pinch it in. Good. Can put that tape back over the top. 2 screws that were holding the battery, we'll get those in. And that's pretty much it. Then we gotta just reassemble it. Let's actually see if anything changed. We're gonna try plugging this in. I kind of doubt it. Most likely, my guess is the keyboard, because I didn't really see anything crazy on the motherboard. So let's see. Charge port is this big one. Soldered in place. Alright, nothing's happening, no lights. Actually, there's a blue light on there. Let's see. But will the power button do anything? Nope. Nope. Turbo button. Actually, the turbo button's lit up. Okay, it's actually turning on. I heard the fan spin up and it stopped. Actually, both blue lights are on right now. Nothing's on the screen. It could be because we pulled the CMOS battery. It might be booting up. The speaker's falling out, so gotta make sure it stays in place. Still nothing. I do hear some like high-pitched squeaking, which makes me think some capacitors or something have gone bad. Let's see. 2 lights are still on. Nothing else is happening. Nothing's on the screen. Oh, fans are spinning again. Come on, just be BIOS resetting. Keyboard's not lit up. Fan stopped spinning again. I saw the blue lights blink for a little bit. Fans are spinning again. Oh, nope, they stopped. Come on. Come on. Do something. Power on. I still hear some high-pitched squealing. Both lights are still on. They're not flashing or anything. Fans randomly spinning. Again. Use this thing and blow dust out of the fans. Oh man, can you see all that dust? Jeez. Still nothing on the screen. I don't know. Nothing's on the screen still. Fans are spinning. Nothing else is happening. Might be toast. There's one other thing I would try is 1 stick of RAM at a time just to see. Okay. Don't see. Oh! Woo! It's actually starting up. Whoa. Okay. That took a while. Nope, now it shut off again. Hope it's just temporary. Turn back on, please. Nope. Why did it turn on and then shut off? Let's try the power button again. Nothing. Nothing. Try holding the power button. The battery light went off after I held the power button, and it's actually doing something. Actually, this light's doing weird stuff. It went orange, and then now it's back to that. Let me try. I'm going to hold the power button while it's on this. And nothing. Oh, am I holding? Yeah, that's the power button. After I let go, the lights flashed and then it did something. Huh. Yeah, it looks like it's dead, sadly. It gave me some hope. Look, why is the light changing all different colors? I don't know. I'm gonna reassemble this and then I guess we'll find out if anything else, or I'll find out if anything else changes, but as of now, I think something is bad. Oops. Okay, let's go ahead and get the bottom cover back on. Okay, so this lines up that way. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and start with the bottom first, and then work our way up towards the back. Click everything into place. Okay, let's get all the screws back in. That's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Again, if it did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Again, if you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. Other than that, yeah, let's get all the rest of these screws in, and that's pretty much it. Two. Plus one. Alright. I don't think anything's gonna happen if I push the button now, but let's see. Yeah, with it unplugged, nothing's happening. So I wonder if the battery's also having some issues. Maybe the battery's also dead. Let's get the plug back in. I see that battery light. It went orange then blue. Yeah, nothing else is happening. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.